So to start off, we're just going to make a basic information table for our certificate of deposit. Our initial deposit or our principal will be $2,000, improving the formatting a little bit. And our interest rate will be at 10% yearly, which is important, and we'll talk about compounding later. Our term will be 15 years, and our payment will be $0 because we're just gonna put the money there and leave it there for a while. Alright, so now we have our basic information. Let's start by making a table of numbers to track the simple interest. So I'm just making our year column right now. As you can see, just drag it down, make those 15 years. And I'm going to add the other columns. And this is an important step here. When I'm making that 0 year row, basically you just put the basic information there, and it helps when inputting the formulas later on. So our account value is $2,000 to begin with, and see our yearly interest in that 0th year, since nothing's happening, we're just getting a loan, right? No interest, no total interest. So right here, I'm making the formula for yearly interest. It's constant because it's just simple interest. You're just taking 10% out of $200, so we're just gonna, or $2,000. So we're just gonna drag that down. Yearly interest is the same, and account value, as you can see, is equal to the past year's account value plus the current year's interest. And so we're going to see, and just drag that down, so we end up with $5,000 in account value, and our total interest is equal to the previous year's interest plus this year's interest. Pretty straightforward. Okay, so no surprises there. Alright, so we got our total account value and our total yearly interest. So I'm going to make a graph of that, and as you can see, it's just a linear graph. It starts with $2,000, and over the course of 15 years you accrue $3,000 interest. Pretty straightforward. Alright, so now this is an important part. I'm going to see how this loan, or this certificate of deposit accrues with compound interest. I'm going to make a similar table. So compound interest table, the columns are the same thing. I'm just going to copy that, delete the simple interest data. So again, we start off with account value of $2,000, basic information. Now this is the really important part. So yearly interest is equal to 10% of the current account value. And as you'll see, the account value is equal to the past year's account value plus the interest. Now this is a really key part here, because with simple interest, you don't add interest to the account. Interest is totally separate. But with compound interest, every time you get interest, you add it into the account, or you add it into the principal. So as you can see here, our account value skyrockets compares to simple interest, and our yearly interest gradually increases as our account value increases. So as you can see here, this is an exponential relationship, which is very different from simple interest. And so finally, we're just going to compare simple and compound interest by just looking at making a graph of their account values. So just taking those numbers. Make sure to, when you copy it, you tell Excel just to get the numbers, not the formulas. So take care of all those decimals there. So this first column is the simple interest, and second column is compound interest. And so we're just going to make a scatter plot of this. And as you can see here, I'm going to expand this graph into a different sheet. So this really clearly describes that the simple interest is a linear relationship, whereas the compound interest is an exponential relationship. And we'll explore more about the formulas later on in this next MoneyCast.